brilliant tactical move there by Free. That was genius. I'm kind of in awe of how brilliant that really was. So smart. Oh, mine's able to take down a ton of units, though. That was so genius. That was great. I love it. That was really, really smart by Free. Unfortunately, those mines making it a little bit moot. He did get those 4 or 5 tanks as well as a couple vultures and the turrets and things, but losing that entire force as well to do it. Now Light is now pretty much officially mined out. I think there's one patch left at the mineral only, and so all he's got left is the bottom right. It looks like Free is mined out at his main, mined out at his natural. His mineral only is almost done, but he's still mining off the top left healthily and the 6 o'clock very, very nicely. So still really up 2 mining bases to 1, which is pretty important still to note. And he's still up that bit, and that also means that he's got like 2.5 gases. The main and the natural are going to be mined out. And here comes another Arbiter, but does not have recall anymore. He got EMP'd. So he's going to have to find a way to get it out. It looks like he's going to hover it over on the right side of the map. And since there aren't any Goliaths for Light, it's not going to die. That is such a nuisance. He's actually going to get a kill with that Arbiter. That's kind of funny. That's really funny. Look at this Arbiter. This is so amusing. That Arbiter just sitting there taking pot shots because Light hasn't had a Goliath in God knows how long. Hasn't had a military unit that can shoot at the air in forever. That is really, really funny. And now the Arbiter shooting at a missile turret. That is just, I'm really amused right now. That Free is entertaining me. I don't know if that Arbiter can get out though. And missile turret is going to take it down as Free doesn't even pay attention. And boom goes a dynamo. That thing goes down. We still got 2 Stargates for Free that haven't been used, and more hallucinations, so he's going to go for some more recalls. I can't even tell which ones are real anymore. The one moving down with the army, I believe, is real. The one towards the left on that last screen where the 2 are moving across the right, I believe the one on the left was real. But it is so hard to tell right now. And Free charging in with all those Arbiters. Ooh, actually it looks like no, one was real in that group, in that big mass, and it goes down, so no recall there for Free, I think. No, actually, I can't tell. So much explosions. I love hallucinations. Hallucinations are fun, but yeah, one of the Arbiters does go down before I can get a recall in. Got a lot of forces for Free, and it looks like I love the fact that he produces these Templar, and it's like, oh, obviously you're just gonna storm the tanks. Nope, I'm gonna hallucinate my Arbiters, and I think Free is having a little bit of fun with this game. That's pretty entertaining here. His big force is moving across the map. Going to take the high ground again from Light. Light isn't even challenging Free on this high ground, and I think that's a huge mistake. I mean, it's hard to defend that high ground, of course, with when you're kind of behind, but at the same time, his defensive position right now is just useless because he has absolutely no presence if Free takes his high ground, and absolutely no map presence. I mean, Free can do whatever the hell he wants, and just enjoy himself, really. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous just how much map control he has. Getting a stasis off on one of the science vessels, but the other science vessel coming in to EMP that Arbiter. But I don't think that Arbiter had anything left in it. You can see that it only had about 90 shields, and shields, I believe, regenerate faster than energy, I think. I would think so. So, probably didn't have enough energy in there. And Free actually coming in here for a big push. Lots of Zealots in front. Not enough mines to clear out. Some decent mine drags going down. Zealots all over the tanks. Another stasis going down. There's a D-matrix on one of the tanks, but the mine being dragged into the D-matrix tank. And there we go. Most of the tanks have fallen or are in stasis, and Free is losing control of this game. Going to lose that mineral only isn't mining, but he's going to lose that base, which is going to lose him some scans, which could be a very, very annoying if he doesn't have enough scans to deal with this. At the same time, though, he is tanking the 6 o'clock expansion. That is really, really smart by Light to take advantage of this opportunity to do that. Does look like he's going to lose that command center. That command center is just about dead, in the red, burning down. It is gone. So there goes another comsat station. So he's down to 3 comsat stations right now. If he can get rid of another comsat station, put Light down to 2, and keep taking advantage of his Arbiters, that would be really, really cool. Now we're seeing Light's first-person view, and he does get the EMP on all 3 of those clumped-up Arbiters. And he does have a tank force still here. He is still tanking that 6 o'clock base. And we can look at his mineral and gas count very, very low. Look, maybe, I couldn't tell for sure, but it looked like maybe like 600 minerals and a few hundred gas. And here's Free's first-person view. We got about 2,000 minerals and 300 gas. I think he's finally taking the gas at his 6 o'clock expansion. And he's just got so many forces. Look at all of his hotkeys. Look at how many units he has. Like, he's not even sending everything down to the 6 o'clock position because he knows that there's just not much there. And he knows that he can just spread out his forces and take control of the map again, as if he hasn't had it enough. And it looks like Light's actually maybe taking the 12 o'clock base. Hopefully Free sees this and just takes it down, because Light, honestly, Light has no business taking that base. Light has no real ability to defend against this, and there's an observer there, so Free's just going to walk right in there and slaughter. There's no way Light's going to be able to defend against that, even with tanks inside of his main, which can kind of cover that base to a certain extent. There's just no way he's going to be able to get forces there enough to defend against this. Instead, we've got like 3 or 4 Zels moving into position here to take it down, and Vulture, I mean, there's no way that Light can expend the APM and the focus necessary to micro that Vulture and still be doing other things. And Free throwing down a Nexus at the 12 o'clock position just as Light lifts it, and the position of those turrets actually makes it so that way Free or Light cannot get tanks over there to even defend part of that base at all. So Free's just going to take the 6 o'clock base, going to get up to, or the 12 o'clock base, going to take 6 bases and try and get a third one mining, and leave Light on all of one base for Light. It looks like Light is trying to get some Vultures down into the 6 o'clock position, but there are forces for Free. We're prepared for that and aren't going to allow him to do it, and then those Vultures are just going to pull back after laying some mines. But I think this game is pretty much done. Unless Light's got something in store for us. This has been a very, very good game. I've been very entertaining, but Free, once again, I gotta say, this is another game where Free, I never really feared for Free. The only moment, I think, in the game where Free was at a disadvantage was when Light went for that tanking of the natural expansion, but Free dealt with it very, very intelligently, split his Dragoons up into 2 forces and came down on 2 sides with the once his Zealot legs finished, and he had those Arbiters, and Free dealt with it so well that from that point on, Light was so far on the back foot that it just, what the heck, you can get a tank back there? The 12 o'clock position, look where that tank is. I didn't know you could get a tank back there. That's pretty insane. That is really cool. That is really kind of awesome. I had no idea you could do that. That's another little thing to note. Huh. That's good to know. And the tank being killed by Arbiters now. I believe only one of them is real. Maybe 2 of them are real. Science Vessel coming in here for an EMP. Has Light figured out which one is real, though? And looks like he has, and EMP is the correct one. But that siege tank is going to go down eventually to Arbiter Fire, which, once again, is just hilarious that Arbiters are getting kills. Amuses the hell out of me. The bottom right is almost mined out for Light. The top left should be almost mined out for Free. And yeah, Light's got this this command center at the 12 o'clock position, ready to take that base at the 12 if he ever can, but I don't think he'll be able to. Ton of Arbiters coming to the bottom right, and Free is just going to recall, and that should be that. There's a lot of mines going off, but they take down a lot of the tanks as well. And this storm's going off. Not a whole lot left for Free. Most of this drop has died, but he's got so much money Free that it doesn't matter. Like, he could just go carriers right now if he felt like, and there's no way that that what's his face Light could afford